spiritual leaders that a lot of us are under the tutelage of is they don't want to bow down to the more powerful lion. See, they think that they got it. When there's a more powerful lion on the scene, when that happens, you have to bow down. Because if you do not bow down to this lion that is more powerful than you, it will cost you your life.
Right.
It will cost you your life. And the minister, he's backed by God. So he don't have to do nothing to you. Allah will. For not bowing down to this mighty lion.
Come on.
But there's a lion that's asleep in Judah. And that lion has got to get woken up.
That's right.
And that's you and I, brothers and sisters.
That's right.
We are that lion that's, we are the ones with that certain type of walk with us. You see us coming.
That's right.
We loud too, we roar too.
That's right.
We roar too. Nobody roar like us.
That's right.
But we gotta be roaring on the right principles.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Roar. Go ahead.
We gotta be roaring on the right type of lifestyle that we do.
Yes, sir.
That's what we need to be roaring about. And see, that's what's gonna attract our brothers and sisters to us. It's being unalike and roaring, that unalike roar that they ain't heard. It don't, I'm telling you, if you ever get a chance to experience a live lion roar, it'll send chills through your whole body. It will. You'll sit there and be like, oh man, it'll go through your whole body. Now you tell me, after listening to the minister, do you sit there sometime and be like, oh, damn, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
No such thing as
Because it shakes you to the core.
That's right.
But
the voice of God, that's right.
yes sir, absolutely. And he backed by God.
That's right.
And he don't gotta worry about nothing. He's ready to go at it alone. That's how much he know God got him. So I want to thank you, brothers and sisters, for allowing me this little time to be up here and just sharing a few words with you. But we're at the end of Ramadan. I hope once again that it was good for you. It was good for me. I tell you that it's allowed me to be a better person. And I don't want to take too much more of your time and get our brother up here, our keynote speaker, our supreme cap over here in Denver. But student captain, Brother Herman Muhammad, he's going to come up here and deliver the keynote speech. I want to thank you once again, brothers and sisters, for even coming out and spending this little time with us. But once again, as I came, I'm going to leave you in the reading words of peace. Wassalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam, sir. Let's keep it going for Brother James and Brother Gerald. Praise be to Allah. How's everyone feel?
Fine, sir.
Praise Allah, doing well to Allah's mercy and grace. Let me begin, as we always do, in the name of Allah. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, who came to us in the divine person of Master, Father Muhammad. I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is in fact his divine messenger, Messiah, and is now, sits at the right hand as the exalted Christ. I further bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is a divine reminder, comforter, and truly an undeserved mercy and warner from Allah in our midst.
Yes.
In their three holy and righteous names, I greet my beautiful sisters and brothers in the greeting words of peace. We say it in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam, sir.
And Eid Mubarak.
Eid Kareem, sir.
Praise be to Allah. I pray that everyone had a successful fast and you know, like the brothers who came before me said, if you didn't complete, you know, do your best to make up those days. But Allah does desire ease for us, and He will bless us for the attempt.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
First, before I start, let me just say that my intentions, I want to state my niyyah or my purpose or my intentions. And that is to just give you something that will edify you, something that will lift you up, something that will cause us to think. And if I'm successful, all praise is due to Allah. If I fail at that, then that's all on me.
Yes,
And I beg your pardon. My subject today is Eid Mubarak.
Yes, sir. Green.
And this is our Eid celebration. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
We went a little bit early this morning at 8 a.m. to Dick's Sporting Park, like the brother said, and we performed prayer with the rest of the Muslim community, and there was so many Muslims there, and it was a very festive occasion, and it was just beautiful to see all of those believers in the one God in that one space.
Yes, sir.
We went, you know, in Eid, and we're going to talk about Eid. We're going to talk about Eid and what it means. But one of the things that you do in Eid, because it's a festival, is you put on your best garments.
Go ahead.
You put on something that smells good.
Yes, sir.
You clean yourselves up.
That's
you get
right.
in the right mood, and then you go amongst the believers.
Yes,
And
sir.
so you'll see, you know, brothers in these beautiful robes and thobes and kufis and crowns, and sisters
sir.
in their beautiful garments, and it's just a beautiful thing.
Yes, sir.
But as the mighty FOI,
Uh-oh.
we had to put on our dress blues. Is
What
that
happened?
right?
Talk about that.
We put on our best garment.
Yes, sir.
We have a uniform. Is that right, brothers?
Yes, sir. That's right.
And so that's how we represent it. And you know, we can hear the people saying, "Who are they?
Yes, sir.
What are they wearing?"
Yes, sir.
And we just have to. It's really our way. It's a social maneuver. We really are trying to introduce to them a new Islam.
That's right. So it says in the Holy Quran.
Brother, what do you mean a new Islam? Well, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that he was bringing about a new Islam, that only the principles would remain the same. A new Islam. See what's going on in the world right now, in the Muslim world?
Go ahead. Talk about that.
That's not Islam.
Uh-oh.
There's some real problems with what we got going on. There's a real problem when our beautiful sister Nabra, y'all know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful Egyptian young sister, 17 years old, is accosted by an enemy and beat to death with a baseball bat.
See?
That's a problem.
Yes, sir.
And the reason why I say that there's a problem with that Islam, because they said there were 16 men or males, I won't call them men,
Right. Ain't now.
who were in her company when this happened.
How did this happen?
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Acceptable, sir.
It's unacceptable.
That's right.
So when we went, you know, it was the mighty FOI in our uniforms, and we had a couple of our beautiful MGT sisters with us, and we put them in a diamond.
That's right.
Y'all know what a diamond is?
Mm.
A diamond is something very precious, is that right?
Yes, sir.
But a diamond is a security formation to where they're surrounded by brothers on every point.
That's right.
Because a nation can rise no higher than this woman. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And I'll be damned if
Go
somebody
ahead.
accosts one of our women.
Go ahead.
Somebody don't pay with their life.
Go ahead.
And that's the spirit that we have to have as Muslims.
That's right.
We got to get on our ding
Yes, sir.
as Muslims. I mean, in the Nation of Islam, we on that. We've been on that. We've been checking people at the door for 80 years.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
But in regards to the rest of the Muslim world, y'all need this new Islam.
See? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, straight up.
Yes, sir.
I remember going to a masjid and them not having any security at the door at the height of the 911
Yes, sir. Go
hysteria.
ahead.
When you could tell how many people were in the masjid, all you had to do was count the shoes.
Right.
Did y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Count the shoes. How many pairs is sitting outside the door? That's how many is in the building.
Yes, sir.
But see that right there, when you don't have a man on post to secure you while you pray in a time of war,
See? Yes, sir.
then that's a security breach. Oh man. But we're talking about the Eid and what the Eid represents. Surah, I want to start out in Surah 2, 185 of our book, the Holy Quran, when it talks about the fast of Ramadan, which Eid marks the end of. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we read the Surah. And it reads, the month of Ramadan is that in which the Quran was revealed, a guidance to men and clear proofs of the guidance and the criterion. So whoever of you is present in the month, he shall fast therein, and whoever is sick or on a journey, he shall fast a light number of days. Allah desires for you, or desires ease for you, and he desires not hardship for you. And he desires that you should complete the number and that you should exalt the greatness of Allah for having guided you, and that you may give thanks. That is the surah that commands us as believers to participate in this blessed fast of Ramadan. And then at the end of that, we have the Eid, which marks a celebration that we have completed our fast. And during this time in the Muslim world, there are great festivals. I mean, it's a party. You know what I'm saying? Because we're celebrating the completion of that fast. Now, what does Eid mean?
Teach, brother.
And we want to talk about the need for Eid, because this is very important.
Yes, sir.
And I know a lot of us are not familiar with this holy day or this holy time, because we were raised in America. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And Eid is not a thing that you're going to see on the news, and that they're not going to have no Eid sales at JCPenney,
Right.
or you know what I'm saying. This
Yes,
is not something that you're going to be familiarized with, because one, they don't want you to know anything positive about Islam.
That's right.
That's one. But the meaning of Eid is very interesting, because it literally means recurring happiness. I'm going to say that again. Recurring happiness, which means that you happy again and again and again. Re means again, is that right?
Yes, sir.
So it is occurring that you're going to be happy after this particular fast of Ramadan that we're speaking of. This is called Eid al-Fitr, F-I-T-R. F-I-T-R is an Arabic word that literally means to begin. To begin. Right? So we got the beginning, right,
Yes,
of
sir.
recurring happiness.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Break it
The
down.
beginning of recurring happiness.
Yes, sir.
Eid al-Fitr. Right? So, the interesting thing about this, though, about this holy day, is it is tied to completion of the fast.
Yes, sir.
And in this book, it's called the Religion of Islam by Maulana Muhammad Ali, and he also has a wonderful translation of the Holy Quran that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad instructed us to get and to read. But it explains the Eid in very simple terms, you know what I'm saying, in very clear language. And so if you have an opportunity to get this book, definitely get this book. But the Eid, again, is tied to the conclusion of the fast. You celebrate the fast, and as we pointed out in the surah in the Quran, the fast is a duty that is imposed upon all Muslims. Is that right?
Go ahead, sir.
So this Eid is tied to the performance of a duty. That's important because in the Holy Quran, the word duty appears, man, I can't even tell you how many times. And it's always accompanied by something like, oh, you who believe.
Yes, sir.
Keep your duty to your Lord.
Yes, sir.
Right? Oh, you who believe, perform this and that duty.
Yes,
oh,
sir.
you who believe, this duty is required of you in regards to the fast. Oh, you who believe, this duty is required to you in regards to the Hajj. Oh, you who believe, this duty is required of you according to treating your husbands or your wives.
Yes, sir.
It's always tied to duty.
Yes, sir.
So the Eid is tied to the performance of a particular duty. That is so important because the holidays that we have known are not tied to anything except for commercialism.
And foolishness.
They're not tied to anything except for getting at your money.
Go ahead.
The Eid is teaching us that we should celebrate the performance of doing our duty.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
We should celebrate doing the performance of our duty to Allah,
Yes,
of
sir.
our duty to one another.
Go ahead.
That's something to celebrate.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Because fasting, according to Allah, strengthens discipline.
That's right.
Fasting helps you to become a better Muslim. It helps you to become a better human being because in a world like this, man, you're going to need some discipline
Yes,
in order
sir.
to be a Muslim.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Straight up, if you can abstain from eating food, which is natural,
That's right.
right?
Yes,
If you
sir.
can abstain from eating food and drinking drink for, sometimes 16, 17, 18 hours, then to refrain from that which is against God is going to be easy. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, sir, brother.
You're training yourself, disciplining yourself to be a better Muslim. You're training yourself, disciplining yourself. So as a husband or a father who is responsible for a family, but you don't perform your financial duty, is it going to be some heaven in the house, or is it going to be some problems?
Go ahead, brother.
Oh, yes, sir. We're going to have some problems for real.
You're going to have some straight up problems. If as a duty on your job, if you're supposed to do a certain thing, like in order to complete, I mean, you can pick any job. If you don't perform that particular duty, is there going to be some problems?
Yes, sir.
I mean, the boss going to call you in and say, hey, you didn't perform this particular duty, right?
Yes,
But if you perform that particular duty at home, or if you perform that particular duty at work, you're going to receive a reward. You're going to receive some sort of celebration.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that right?
That's right.
If you perform that particular duty at home, man, the result is going to be some peace. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
She's going to create a heaven for you.
That's right.
If she performs that particular duty for him, he's going to provide her with everything that she needs.
Yes, sir.
But there has to be that performance of a duty, or else, man, it's going to be some problems.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Eid deals with performance of that duty and celebrating that. And that is needed because, again, we live in a space where we were robbed.
Go ahead.
We live in a space, like Brother Collins said,
Yes, sir.
that
Go ahead.
once we were brought here, we were robbed of our name.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Robbed of our language.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
Right.
Our folkways, our mores.
Go ahead.
Yes,
We
sir.
lost our our culture,
Go
our
ahead.
religion, our God.
Yes, sir.
And many of us, by the way we act, we even lost our minds. Is that right?
Yes,
So,
Go ahead.
so we need something to restore that. Because before we came to America, who were we and what were we?
Right.
Yeah.
While we celebrating all these different holidays,
Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
Let's go ahead.
we was just talking to Brother Saeed at the Eid, and he informed me before we got there that he did the Ancestry.com. It's a black Ancestry.com type piece, right? And he found out that he was a member, or his DNA dated him back to being in the Ashano tribe, which is right next, it's one of the countries right next to Mali, but it's an Islamic nation. But he didn't know this before he did the Ancestry.com.
Right,
Right.
right.
But it's showing that before we were brought here, we were Muslims.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We were Muslims for the most part, or some other indigenous religion in Africa, but we damn sure wasn't what they call Christians.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So to celebrate Eid, the need for Eid is really getting us back to where we were before we first got to this country.
Yes, sir.
Because look, when we got here, like I said, we started celebrating Christmas, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
We started celebrating Easter.
Yes, sir.
We started celebrating Valentine's Day,
4th of
Halloween.
Yes, sir.
July, Independence Day.
Yeah, man, 4th of July,
Hey,
Veterans
go
Day,
ahead.
President's Day.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Man, all these damn days that don't have nothing to do
Brother and Sister Day.
with anything that we should be celebrating.
That's right.
In fact, they're contrary to everything that we should be celebrating.
That's
Sir.
The only reason we celebrated it is because the devil gave us such a hard time. He gave us so much hell that we just needed a day off.
Hey, that's right. Go ahead, brother.
To our life.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Christmas, right? They say that Christmas, y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Christmas is the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, right? Allegedly.
Yes, sir.
Allegedly. But when you look at the history, first off, Jesus wasn't born in December.
See?
Uh-oh.
Let's do his ancestral guy.
I mean, right. Exactly. Let's do his Ancestry.com. He wasn't even born in December. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the birth that they celebrate is some old wicked ruler named Nimrod,
That's right. Go
who was a
ahead.
straight up pagan. And that's where you get your Christmas tree from. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, talks about how don't follow the ways of the heathen. And
That's
be
right.
not dismayed at the signs of
Yeah.
heaven, for the ways of the heathen, they just terrible. But he
Yeah.
goes and he gets a tree out of the forest, brings it into his house, decks it with silver and gold,
What?
and fastens it to the ground. That's in your Bible.
Yes, sir. We.
Where they talking about heathens, that you could run up in churches and find Christmas trees every year. Right?
Yes, sir. That's right.
We talk about Easter. Man, goodness gracious.
Yeah, go ahead.
Easter. I mean, what is that? What is that a celebration of? They say it's the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus after he was murdered on a cross, right?
Yes, sir.
And buried in the grave or in the tomb for 3 days, and rose up on the 3rd day, and that's what Easter
It's
is.
about. Yes, sir.
Yet you got Easter bunnies and rabbits,
Go ahead.
bonnets and eggs, and
Go ahead, brother.
all of which don't have nothing to do with Jesus. And then they say it was 3 days, but they killed them on a Friday evening, right?
Yes, sir.
Friday evening, right? Saturday, from Friday evening to Saturday evening, that's one day, right?
That's right.
From Saturday evening to Sunday evening is 2 days,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
But he rose on Sunday morning. So that's a day and a half.
Yes, sir. All praise.
That's a day and a half
Yes,
according
sir.
to my math.
Yeah.
Unless they didn't have 24-hour days back then, I don't know.
Ain't nothing new under the sun. Go ahead.
But they tell us these lies in order for us really to go to the mall and to buy something for Easter or to buy something for Christmas, to put ourselves in debt,
Right.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
To buy some gifts for somebody who don't give a damn about us in the first place.
Right.
From somebody who don't give a damn about us in the first place.
Right.
All the while making ourselves poor, making them rich, but us never really having any sort of spiritual significance tied to any of these so-called holidays.
Go ahead, brother T.
Yes, sir.
I mean, think that over.
That's right.
They hit us with Halloween. I mean, I don't even know what the hell type of holiday that is. Right? They hit us with that. But and I mean, we dress up like demons and devils and crackers and crazy crackers and go all around the neighborhood begging people for
Go
candy.
ahead.
Yes, sir.
Injections. Poison.
I mean, we just crazy.
Yes, sir.
But we've lost sight of holidays. They even hit us, and we just got through with Mother's Day, you know what I mean? Where we're supposed to go and celebrate,
Yes, sir.
buy flowers and candy and jewelry and everything for our Mother's Day. And because, you know, we love our mama on that particular day.
Right. Yes, sir.
And then there's even what my brother calls annual tie and socks day, aka Father's Day.
Go ahead.
Well, you might get him something, you might not, but it don't, you know. But we still are celebrating so-called holidays when the scripture taught us long before any of this ever came into fruition that we should honor our fathers and our mothers every day,
Yes, sir.
so
Yes,
that
sir.
our days may be long in the land that the Lord our God has given us. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So we really have to get away from these so-called holidays.
Yes, sir.
Brother, are you saying that we shouldn't celebrate none of these holidays? Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yes.
I'm saying we shouldn't celebrate none of those holidays.
Go ahead.
No, not one.
That's right.
Because they don't have anything to do with us. They don't have anything to do of goodness.
That's right.
They don't have anything that help us to have any sort of recurring happiness.
That's right.
That's right.
Sad after you spend that much.
See, look, brothers and sisters, we need some recurring happiness.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, man.
I mean,
Yes,
we-
sir.
man, we
Yes,
look.
sir.
Look at, I'm looking at this Final Call newspaper, right? And you all should definitely pick this up before you leave, and we all should pick this up before you leave. And I'm not gonna be long, you know, because the fast is over,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
and we get to eat today. So I'm gonna eat all day. I'm gonna eat one of them. I'm gonna eat all day. But no, we need to. When you look at this paper, one of the stories that came up in the paper was the on page 11 of this particular issue of the Final Call was the story about Brother Philando Castile.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, the brother who was riding and got pulled over for his brake light being out told the policeman that he had a weapon, a legal firearm, a concealed
Yes,
carry
sir.
permit, that he could carry that weapon. And the officer proceeded to shoot into the car 7 times, hitting him 5 with his wife and his baby in the car.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
She was Facebook streaming it live the whole time. Not only that, but They had dash cam video of the altercation as well.
That's right.
And, you know, from my vantage point, the dash cam video was worse than the Facebook
Yeah,
Live.
that's right. That's
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir.
But, of course, they found him not guilty.
Not guilty.
They found him not guilty. Just like they found Darren Wilson not guilty. Just like they found Freddie Gray. The officers who shot Freddie or killed Freddie Gray broke his neck.
Yeah. that's
All
right.
5 of them not
Go
guilty.
ahead.
Just like they found the officers of
Go ahead.
who killed Sandra Bland not guilty.
Yeah.
Go ahead. All of them.
Oscar Grant not guilty.
Go ahead. All of them. On and on. All
It goes
of them.
on and on and on and on.
That's right.
I mean, the levels of psychological trauma and distress
Yes, sir.
that we go through as a people
Right. Right. Come on with it, bro.
are incredible.
That's right.
And yet, here we are, still protesting,
What? Yes, sir.
About what?
still spending our money with white folks,
Go
That's
ahead.
right.
See?
still thinking that
Everything's sweet.
their sugar is sweeter,
Huh.
their ice is colder,
Yeah. Go
their
ahead.
water is wetter,
Go
Say
ahead.
that then.
everything they have is better.
No,
Yes, sir.
I don't know what it's going to take
Mm.
for us to finally say we need to leave these people the hell alone.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
sir.
That's right.
Separation is the best and only solution.
Solution to our problem.
Only,
Yes, sir.
That's why we have a
Only.
need for the Eve, because the only way we're going to have recurring happiness, sisters and brothers, is to be from amongst these people.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Take it a little.
I just want to read some statistics, because Brother Nuri pointed out when he was here, man, that over 3,000 people over the past 3 years, 3,000 black people, y'all got that number? 3,000
3,000.
Sir.
have been killed over the last 3 years at the hands of police and correction officers.
Yes, sir.
1,000 a year, huh?
Ain't that something? Look, I couldn't make this up. I have some statistics here just from 2015, and this just talks about people who were killed by the police. And this category is very specific. And I'm still talking about the Eve, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Go ahead.
sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Go
I'm
ahead.
still talking about the Eve. Police killed at least 102 unarmed black people in 2015. Nearly twice each week.
Yes, sir.
Nearly 1 in 3 black people killed by police in 2015 were identified as unarmed, though the actual number is likely higher due to underreporting.
Yes, sir.
37% of unarmed people killed by police were black in 2015, despite black people being only 13% of the U.S. population. Unarmed black people were killed at 5 times the rate of unarmed whites in 2015. Only 10, listen to this now, only 10 of the 102 cases in 2015 where an unarmed black person was killed by police resulted in officers being charged with any crime. And only 2 of these deaths resulted in convictions of officers involved. Only 1 of 2 officers convicted of their involvement in this brother named Matthew Ajabade's death received jail time. He was sentenced to 1 year in jail and allowed to serve this time exclusively on weekends.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What's wrong with them?
What are we waiting on?
Right. That's what I want to know.
See, we need the E. We need
Yes,
the
sir.
E.
Go ahead, brother.
Because we need to start celebrating our own thing, for lack of a better
That's
word.
right.
We need the E because we need to give ourselves recurring happiness. We cannot depend on these people to do anything for us
Right.
at all. We need independence spiritually, economically, politically.
Right.
In any way that you can think of, we need to be free of these people
Yes, sir. That's right.
who have actively oppressed us. Stop. And it really just speaks to the level of insanity that we are currently experiencing because of the trauma that has been placed upon us. Because look, now when we hear about brothers getting shot, and y'all could bear me witness, and don't lie.
Come
You're
on.
not surprised?
Come on.
No,
No, sir.
that's true.
Are you surprised?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir. No.
That's
Go
a
ahead.
problem.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Did you all know that? That is a serious problem.
Yes, sir.
Because we're all connected.
Right, right.
We're all connected. We're
Right.
one people. And so if we're not surprised and we're not particularly outraged by one of ours being killed, then there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect because they have got us used to being killed.
Huh.
Yes, sir.
It's supposed to happen. When it's not.
That's right.
Look, if I kick you in your jaw, you should scream out.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Right.
Right.
That hurt. Yes, sir.
That hurt.
That's right.
That's a natural response.
Yes, sir.
But the fact that we don't scream out anymore means that we have been desensitized to our own pain
Go
and
ahead.
victimization. We are so psychologically traumatized that now, hell man, it's just the way it is.
Right.
We were so-called freed, right? Or emancipated, proclamated, because, you know. Emancipated, proclamated in 1865, which means that we should be a free and independent people. But what they have done is they have just changed tactics a bit, and they re-enslaved us.
Yes, sir.
Even though we're walking around thinking that we free. Even though we go to work every day or we do whatever it is that we do, we still are slaves because during slavery, the slave master could do anything he wanted to you.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And you wouldn't cry out
That's right.
because no one was going to hear your cry anyway.
That's right.
That's right.
So now we're in the same position in 2017 where we're not crying out because ain't nobody going to hear us anyway.
Go ahead, brother.
But there's a new spirit that is rising amongst our people.
Go
That's
ahead.
right. Yes, sir.
Because did you all see Fernando Castillo's mother and her response?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right.
Oh, I can't say what she said on the roster. I cannot say what she said on the roster. But the reality is that we have to have that spirit that if they take one of mine or ours, we're going to take one of
Yes,
theirs.
sir.
Life for life.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That has to be the reality.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But that has to, but our mentality has to change now. We have to really recognize what's been actually going on. And look, man, I'm not trying to depress anybody in the during this celebration.
Plain.
But
True.
we can't be partying while people is dying.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We have to impress on us that it's time for us to get up,
That's right.
get out.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like that movie, get out,
Get out.
and do something for ourselves. Because this stuff right here, man, it ain't working. And I tell you, you know, we have on these military uniforms, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And we are a military, that's for sure. But the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, they don't allow us to carry any carnal weapons.
That's right.
At least not yet. But they don't allow us to carry any carnal weapons. He said, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that in this hour, our righteousness will sustain us.
That's right.
But you gotta know that if we are aggressed upon, we are not no
That's right.
submissive people.
No, sir.
No, sir. If something happens to us, something happens to mine, man, I'm taking one of yours.
Believe
That's
it.
right.
And
Yes, sir.
trust and believe. This is what should happen amongst
right.
us. Because we walking around with all these weapons. We walking around with all these weapons. Many of y'all had to take y'all back to the car before y'all got up in here. But this is what you should do. Look, this is what I would do if I was carrying a weapon. If I get pulled over and I feel like it's about to go down, I'm shooting first.
Yeah.
Sir.
Cause I'll be down. I take my chances, man,
Right, sir.
and either go to the grave taking one with me, or go to court and explain myself.
That's right.
But I'm not gonna let you just kill me.
Right.
That's right.
And that's the attitude that we have to have.
Yeah,
Because if we have that attitude, brother, they would think twice about doing what they do. See, they've made it to where, just like in slavery or after slavery, Jim Crow, when they were still running and hanging black people, and they still hanging black people today.
That's
They
right.
just cut a brother's head off down south and stuck it on the
Yes,
porch.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But just like then, they would have what they call theater lynchings. Y'all know what theater
Yes, sir.
lynchings
Go
are?
ahead, brother.
Yes, sir.
They would go and pull a black man out of jail, and you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the night, they had a Klan come through, they give them the key, you know,
Yeah.
in Mayberry. You remember Mayberry?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Otis let himself in jail in Mayberry.
Right.
Telling my age. But anyway. But they would go and they would have the Klan who was their partners, or the other deputy, you know what I'm saying, who was off duty that night. He would go put his hood on and he would get his boys, and they come in, they grab a brother out of the jail cell, and then they take him down and they sell tickets. They put word out that we gonna hang this nigga tonight or
Yeah.
tomorrow in the morning. Bring your lunch, and after we hang him, we gonna cut him up and give you souvenirs and all that good stuff, right? That's a theater lynching.
Yes, sir.
That's where the term picnic was derived from.
Yes, sir.
Pick a nigga to hang.
Yes, sir.
But now what they're doing, man, is high tech.
Right. Yep.
Now it's on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Now
Yes,
it's
sir.
Oscar Grant.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Now it's Philando Castile. Now it's the brother in St. Louis, I can't think of his name, who was walking to his car broke down, and the woman, she got out by the way as well.
Yes, sir.
The woman police officer came up and shot him dead on camera. But what they do, sisters and brothers, is they watch those tapes over and over again. And what it does is it increases their lust for that blood, and it desensitizes us. So it's like a game to them. It's like hunting.
That's right.
We're being hunted by
Yes,
an
sir.
enemy
Yes, sir.
of God. It's time for us to get up. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yes, sir.
they're not going to stop. In fact, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said this is going to get worse.
Yes,
It's
sir.
increasing.
Yes,
And he
sir.
said it. He said it right when they elected y'all as president.
That's right.
Because Donald Trump, man, is emboldening these white supremacists.
That's
White
right.
supremacy
Yes,
is
sir.
real.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's real. It's real, and it's in the field, and we are being the victims of it. But now it's time to get up, man, because God has come. God been done came and told us who
Right.
people were.
Yes, sir.
Right.
But now we really starting to see that what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said was right and exact.
That's right. Yes, sir.
This man is the devil.
Yes, sir.
Take it or let it alone.
Straight up. A devil is a mischief maker and a blood shedder.
That's That's right.
That's what he do. That's what he do.
Everywhere he go,
That's his thug dizzle.
that's his MO. Man.
That's how he rocks it. But now, man, we seeing it. So it's time for us to come together.
Yes,
We gotta
sir.
come out of her. We gotta come out of her. Now we talked about duty. There's a lesson in our supreme wisdom. And it talks about what is the duty, it asks the question, what is the duty of a civilized person?
That's right.
Go ahead.
To teach the uncivilized people who are savage,
Yes,
civilization, righteousness, the knowledge of himself, the science of everything in life, love, peace, and happiness.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's a beautiful lesson. It's a beautiful lesson. It goes a little bit further. That's 18. But I'm gonna read 19 and 20 as well. Thank you all for being so patient. Great.
Take your time, son.
Yes, sir.
Lost Found Muslim lesson number 2, questions 18 through 20. Then it goes on, if a civilized person does not perform his duty, what must be done?
Yes, sir.
Answer, if a civilized person does not perform his duty, which is teaching civilization to others, they should be punished with a severe punishment.
Yes, sir.
Number 20, and then it gives us some scriptures too. Ezekiel chapter 3, 18th verse, and Luke chapter 12, 47th verse. And you can look those up, and you're going to get full. Number 20, what is the prescribed law of Islam of said person of that ability? That the person, that the civilized person is held responsible for the uncivilized, and he must be punished by the nation of Islam. Now look, I don't want to be punished by the nation of Islam.
No, sir.
And so that is what we are here doing today, trying to get over to our people the importance of what we're saying to you with regards to the Eid, regards to getting some recurring happiness for your own self.
Yes, sir.
In regards to celebrating your own celebrations. Because first off, we gotta clear up some things. Like during the time of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the brothers who have been in the ranks for a long time will bear me witness to this. We did not celebrate the Eid. We did not fast with the rest of the Muslims during the holy month of Ramadan, during the first resurrection, as we like to call it. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that we should fast during the month of December.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, sir.
Right? But, and you know, so a lot of the Arab Muslims or the traditional Muslims would say, oh brother, that is not Islam. That is not Islam.
That's what they say.
So let me read Surah 185 one more time to you. Or 185. And it will explain it. Back at it. The month of Ramadan is that in which the Quran was revealed. Guidance to men and clear proofs of the guidance and the criterion. So whoever of you is present in the month, he shall fast therein. And whoever is sick or on a journey,
Yes, sir.
he shall fast a like number of days. Allah desires ease for you.
Yeah.
And he desires not hardship for you. And he desires that you should complete the number and that you should exalt the greatness of Allah for having guided you and that you may give thanks.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now, again, they said,
Brother, go ahead.
that is not Islam, brother. But I talked about how we have been robbed,
Yes,
and
sir.
we pointed out, instances of how we're still being oppressed and suppressed to this very hour.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
But we have been so robbed that we did not even know, like Brother Saeed just learned, that our ancestors were actually Muslims. But this ayah says, Allah desires ease for you.
See?
And so the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, in bringing this new baby, budding nation of Islam into existence, he didn't want us he didn't want it to be hard on us. So he picked December, which has the shortest days of the year.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir. Wisdom in the master. Go ahead.
Oh man, ain't that what it says? It
Yes.
says if you can't fast during that month, pick a like number of days.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That was December.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
What he was doing also, because we're talking about the Eid, he was preparing us for the Eid. Because the other thing that he was showing us during the month of December, or was taking us away from during the month of December, was the celebration of Christmas.
That's right. Yes, sir. See?
So he was waking us up, and he was breaking us from the slave masters'
Yes, sir.
tradition.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
He
Sir.
was getting us off of that old pitiful white version of Jesus that they gave us. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Who's the sign of us, by the way? You say he's a sign of us, huh? Yeah, he's a sign of us. Even that pitiful, I mean, when you go into church and you see that pitiful looking white man up on the wall, his hands is nailed, and he just looks so sickly, his feet is nailed, he got that crown of thorns around his head. Even as vile, because I think it's a vile image.
Yes, sir.
Even as vile and ridiculous as that image is, and they tell us that that man is God, there's wisdom in it for us.
Teach, brother. Go ahead.
See, because his hands are nailed. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
His hands are nailed because he can't do anything for himself.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's right.
Go
That's
ahead.
right.
His feet are nailed.
Yes,
Why?
sir.
Because he can't even walk in the way of doing for self.
That's right.
He got a crown of thorns around his head
Go ahead. Sick.
because he is sick. It is a crown of white supremacy, man, that is painful.
Yes,
That
sir.
has him undergoing this psychological trauma that we've been talking about.
Go
Jeez,
ahead,
brother.
See?
But we have to recognize what that sign is. And like this lesson says that I just read from, teach the uncivilized
That's right.
civilization.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. That's
And
right.
that's what we're here for, brothers and sisters. We're here
Yes,
to
sir.
teach you civilization. We're here to teach you the true value of the Eid. It's not about a party.
That's right.
It's about getting loose from your slave master and having recurring happiness.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
We
sir.
got to get loose from the slave master in order to have recurring happiness.
Right,
If you're on a job, you're not happy.
No, sir.
Chances are you're not happy. I mean, I won't speak for everybody. I'm just saying.
Oh, you
Right. Facts. It's limited facts.
So if we get loose, man, we're gonna have some Eid. The need
Yes,
for
sir.
Eid. Praise be to Allah. The victory. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad, when he first started or embarked on this mission, you know, he would teach. If you search the history of the Nation of Islam, the messenger would teach for 4 and 5 and 6 hours, right? And
Yes, sir.
I mean, just a heavy teacher. And one day it was reported, and I heard the minister say this, that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad went back to his teacher, Master Fard Muhammad, who we refer to as the Great Mahdi. And it was reported to Master Fard Muhammad that the people received the message so well, but the messenger's delivery was so powerful and it was so emotional that the people started crying. And it was reported that Master Fard Muhammad got a real stern look on his face. And he said to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said, "Brother, don't make my people cry. For I came to wipe away their tears." That's why God came. That's why we're here today giving you this message because he came to wipe away all of our tears.
Yes,
He
sir.
came to make us that great and proud people who are the rulers of the earth. Is that right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
But we have to accept it.
That's the
We
point.
wanted to talk about Eid today because a lot of us just don't know. I didn't know until I started studying it, what it really meant.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So as we're sharing, I'm not just teaching you, I'm teaching myself.
Yes, sir.
And we should, and I've been in the Nation of Islam for 27 years.
Yes, sir.
And the reality is, man, every day, man, I'm still learning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But the Holy Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said that when a person goes out in search of knowledge, he should never return.
That's right.
That's right. That's the cradle.
Right? He should never return. That search should be going on from the cradle to the grave.
Yes, sir.
Allah says in the Quran, and I'm gonna finish. Allah says in the Quran that if all of the trees were as pens,
Go ahead.
and all of the seas, seven more added to it, man,
Go ahead.
were as ink, you can never exhaust the wisdom of Allah.
That's right.
And man, you know, we learned in our lessons, man, that the earth is 139,685,000 square miles of water.
Go ahead.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And that the Pacific Ocean is 68,634,000 square miles.
Yes, sir.
The Atlantic is 41,321,000 square miles. The Indian Ocean is 29,430 square miles. And so if you just take one of them seas and multiply it by 7, and how much ink would that be?
Go ahead, man.
Yes, sir.
I mean, think that over.
Go ahead, yes, sir.
So we just wanted to share, and we want to, because we want to be the best Muslims that we can be. Because I tell you, brothers and sisters, that we are the example of what Muslims should be. I mean, in the Quran, when it talks about you're the best nation, that's us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? For you forbid evil and you exhort one another to good. That's us. We are the only Muslims who are not fighting one another.
That's right.
Say it
There's
again.
all sorts of black Muslims now. There's the Nation of Islam, there's the United Nation of Islam, there's the Sunnis, there's all sorts of, there's the 5%ers, there's the Nation of Gods and Earth, but we're not fighting each other at all.
See?
That's
We
right.
might have a difference of opinion or philosophy, but man, them Muslims over across the way, oh, they killing each other.
Yes, sir.
They killing each other, and then they let the devil come in and give him $100 billion.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Y'all heard
That's right.
me.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
They let Donald Trump come in and bring his white infidel self up in there and give him $100 billion. You gonna get a devil money?
Come on.
Man, please. So we are those Muslims, man, that are going to lead
That's right.
the entire earth.
Yes, sir. That's
Take it
right.
The earth belongs to us,
That's right.
What it is.
Yes, sir.
but it's time for us to get up, reclaim our own, accept our own, and be ourselves.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Thank you all for listening. As I teach you, Assalamu alaikum. So, sisters and brothers, before we get to our Eid feast, sisters have prepared some wonderful food back there. Let's give our sisters a round of applause. We have a couple of questions, a few questions. First off, who's here for their first, second, and third time? Can we see by a show of hands? Anybody here for the first, second, and third time? Let's give them a round of applause. Praise Allah. Second question, if you could. If you believe that what you heard taught here today was true and is good for our people, can we see by a show of hands? Praise be to Allah. Praise Allah. Psalms every hand. Every hand. Every hand. Praise Allah. That's good. It is the truth. It is good for our people. Third question, and this is very important, and it is very, it requires a little bit of action. But don't be scared. Don't be scared. If you believe that what you heard is the truth and is good for our people, and you would like to learn more and stand with us and help us to get over the message of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You're not joining anything, but you just want to help and learn more and help to deliver that message. If you could, please just stand where you are. If you'd like to help, stand where you are. Praise be to Allah. Stand up, praise Allah. Brother Joseph, we already have your information, brother, but we want to recommit yourself, brother. Let's get back in. Let's get back to going. Praise be to Allah. And for those of us who did not stand up, just keep coming back and keep learning more. Study. What we like to do is for you to honestly study everything that you heard taught. Find out if the brother told a lie, because I don't want to be up here lying to the people.
Right.
Ours is to deliver the truth.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Ours is to deliver the truth. And if you have any questions, I didn't even ask that question. Does anybody have any questions about what they heard here today? Because we can answer those as well.
That's right.
If I can't answer them, then we can get somebody who can. No questions. Praise be to Allah. But if you have any questions later on that pop up in your mind, please ask, inquire. We encourage asking questions because we want you to know the truth, and we want you to move upon the truth.
That's right.
So if that's it, we're gonna go into our next phase, which is